So we've left Bowen, we're on our way up to Cape Upstart today. We just got to get around North Rock here, and then we'll come head to in, put the main up. Just got the heady out at the moment. Should be a beautiful sail today, about 15 knots. Should be magic. This is Cape Edgecombe up here. Horseshoe Bay's that last little bay right in the corner there, with a little knob of rock on its left hand end. And this little bit of coastline just runs back down towards Bowen there. You can see the marina maybe in the background, just to the right of that hill. And North Rock back there with the lighthouse on it. Nice part of the world. Enjoyed our stay in Bowen, it was good. Very leisurely pace. Got some sort of a fishing operation here. Looks like it's almost like a bit of a long line sort of arrangement. Bunch of floats, boat at either end. So we're in full beanbag mode here today. Bit of cruisy downwind sailing, so set the beanbags up in the back corner, wedged up against the backstay, and it's a pretty comfy little posse. What say you, Pumpkin?
Yep.
Pretty
my
cruisy.
favourite spot.
Pretty cruisy. Nah, your favourite spot's lying horizontal down here. So we're just off Abbott Point now. You can see the coal loading wharf coming out there. A couple of ships tied up. And then I'd like to draw your attention to something else. You'll notice that there's a red rope on the winch down here. And if I bring you over to the other side, there's another red rope on this winch, and there's a red rope around this winch. So on our boat, red means spinnaker. Woo! We've got the chute up. First time this trip. We've only got about 6 or 7 knots of breeze, and we were dropping into the 4s. So made an executive decision. The kite's coming out. We're running as square as we can here, just to sort of run along the swell a little bit as well. But it's up. Nice. Beautiful day out here, so there was no better time to do it. So have a crack, see how we go. Just running along, a little sort of half metre running swell with us, so squarer we run, the closer we are to the swell. So we're running really square here at the moment, you can see. But in 5 knots of breeze, we're doing 5.86 knots, so happy with that. We've got a little bit of tide with us still for a couple of hours, so make the most of that. But all good, happy days. Never thought I'd see the day.
Me neither.
Even Precious is looking kind of relaxed. Very unusual. Samantha and the S word don't usually go too well together, so but it's a pretty cruisy day for it today. So just approaching Cape Upstart. Still got a few miles to go here, fair way off still. But what a beautiful sail we've had today. Not going real fast, we've only got 6 or 7 knots of breeze, but just to have the kite up. So cool. Absolutely dead square running down here. Almost over square, got a preventer on, so just a beautiful day to be on the ocean. Unfortunately, we still haven't seen any whales. This is very disappointing. Our friends Brett and Noel are up to way up in front there. I think they're sort of look like they're pretty close to rounding the tip of Cape Upstart. They left a couple of hours before us, and yeah, they saw some this morning, but we haven't seen any yet, so a little bit disappointing. But How could you be disappointed with this? It's just beautiful. Beautiful sailing. So good, I just had a beer. Sam's back and assuming the position again. Apparently her eyelids were getting a bit heavy. So we're just rounding the end of Cape Upstart here. Some fairly big mountains on the end of the cape. Just go up around that point there and then we can start turning around in towards the little bit of an angle in towards the anchorage. Got one more point to go around. Just running along the front of Cape Upstart. Fairly decent hill there. Up around the next corner and then we're at the anchorage. Looks like there's been a pretty decent sort of landslide just there. You can see a bit of a scar on the hill just in front of the dip. And a big pile of rocks right at the bottom. Pretty impressive bit of landscape though along here. .500 metre high hill there. Very spectacular. This is the actual Cape Upstart. Very last bit of that whole headland there. It's going to duck in between that and this rock in front. And then just around the corner is the anchorage. Just coming through between the rock and Cape Upstart. And here's the anchorage. Got a trawler in there. Pretty nice. So here's our anchorage at Cape Upstart in Shark Bay. Pretty remote sort of a spot, but there's quite a few little houses dotted along the shore. Unfortunately there's more breeze now than we had all day, which was kind of annoying, but anyway. Feather in his mouth. Hello. Wish I could get a sunnier angle at you. Here's your little mate over here too.
Just flying or is it?
No, it's sitting on the corner of the... Hello little Eddie, what are you doing up there? We're off for a bit of fishing today. We've got the boats, the little dinghy set up in fishing mode. I've got the master baiter in front of me here. All good to go. Beautiful day here today, Cape Upstart. Oh, there's a bit of bait in the water right there. We're going to go and have a little fish at the bun first, and then we'll probably work our way back, maybe have a little troll later. So there we go. There's a little bit of reef just in place up here. There's a little marker in the water inside the bay here, so we might have a little poke around there as well. Fingers crossed. Well, that was the best bite so far, wasn't it? Lost a bit of line. Stuck on the bottom.
Sounded impressive.
It sounded good for a bit there. How nice is it anyway? No fish, who cares? It's just beautiful out here. We'll get one. So it looks like they've got power here at these little places, but I don't think there's a road. Certainly get some peace and quiet, that's for sure. It's all reef all along the edge of the beaches here. There's a couple of spots where it juts right up out of the water. by this, looks like a little cardinal mark up ahead there. You can see the reef in here near that cardinal mark. Don't go inside that one. So we were just saying about what we're going to have tomorrow for breakfast, Sam. Having just put some crab pots in over in a little mangrove creek here.
Don't jump the gun.
What are we having? Mango,
Crab pancake.
crab pancakes for breakfast. Yeah.
We're having
Mud crab salad for lunch.
crab salad for lunch and chili crab
And
for
some
dinner.
chili crab for dinner.
But we've got to catch some first.
What do you mean? Of course we'll catch some. Anyway, how nice is this afternoon? Have a look at this. Just beautiful. We had it just about to ourselves. There's one other boat here, but a couple more have just moved in. Just on dark here. But it's just spectacularly calm. Breeze has dropped right out now. So it's looking pretty nice.
Afternoon sips on the deck in the beam day.
Yeah, we might have to do that. So obviously we're on the ocean again. This time we're heading up, sort of travelling northwest up towards Cape Bowling Green, which is off in the distance there somewhere, still a fair way away. Really low land, so you probably can't see it. But yeah, we're sort of motor sailing here at the moment. Got sort of a sick little sort of south-southwester. Which is sort of very annoying because the swell's on the other quarter. I'll show you in a sec. See one of the, we suspect there's a cane fire in there on the shore. We've been seeing them in our sunsets at night time. There's Another yacht, Kiko, over there. It's been bravely sailing, but I think he's finally given in. We're down to 2 or 3 knots of breeze there now, so and just got a little bit of a shitty sea. It's a little bit choppy. There's not much swell. It's less than a metre of swell, but it's just sort of choppy. And unfortunately, it's all on the wrong side. So if I show you past pressures here, we've got the main out, and we've got to prevent it off, so you can see it's not really doing anything much. It's just fairly square. You can probably see the swell running in across us here. It's just on that wrong side there. But there's some sandbars up ahead that we've been advised to try and go around the outside of, so we've just got to hold our line here. And the forecast was for 10 to 15 out of the southeast, going east later, which would have been ideal, but we've got more like 4 to 6 out of the south-southwest at the moment. But early days, a couple of hours into it. We needed to charge our batteries a bit anyway, so that didn't hurt. Got about probably another 4 hours or so to go. It's quite impressive where that fire over there hits the cloud bank. It starts to spread out. You've noticed that a little bit at night time in the sunsets. There's a very flat top on them. Nice. Might be time to put a fishing lure out, I think. There we go. Got some whale sign finally. Yes. It's been so long, we haven't seen a single whale yet. First ones. Oh, there's a couple, 2 or 3 of them. That looked like they might have been diving. So this is Kiko, which I believe is an Oceanus 473. We called them up on the radio before. They were in front of us, just off the port. I spotted a whale just in front of them, so I gave them a bit of a heads up. So they've been motoring up here alongside us pretty much all the way, and then they've just decided to roll out. Looks like big code 0, try and sail the last little bit, but we've got 3 knots of breeze, so more power to them. I'm not that patient. We've got our lure out too, so we're trying to troll up a fish. Cape Bowling Green sort of renowned as a small black marlin spot at the right time of the year, so I've got a little pusher out. I think it's the next couple of months, but I'll have a crack today anyway, you never know. Started to clear up a little bit more blue sky around now, so we'll be there in an hour or so. Stay tuned. So we're just coming up to Cape Bowling Green. You can see it's just a long, low spit of sand. Flat as a bowling green. It just goes for miles and miles. Then way back in the distance back there is Cape Upstart, where we came from this morning. So we're a fair way offshore here, but there's a bunch of sandbanks. And it was recommended to us that we stay outside at least 7 metres of water. So that's what we're doing. Still motoring though, the breeze has dropped right out now, only got 3 knots of breeze. We've been sailing up here most of the way. Sort of very close by a boat called Kiko, who are just behind us there. They've put their code 0 up. They got about 3 knots of breeze. I think they're just trying to pressure up a little bit, but yeah, we've got the fishing line out, you can see, so we're trying to keep the speed up a little bit just so we can try and catch a fish. Okay, so we're just sort of on a final approach to Cape Bowling Green anchorage. A couple of trawlers up there. You can probably see a little cardinal mark in the water just to the right of the right-hand trawler. Got our heady up now, got a little bit of breeze on the side, just 5 or 6 knots. So yeah, just a big long sand spit. Very long and low. Starting to clear up a bit now, it's good. Just the last little leg in. That's looking up towards Townsville and Magnetic Island. Quite a nice pleasant day there now. Been a bit disappointing we didn't get more sailing in, but the breeze was much lighter. It's supposed to be 10 to 15 southeast today, going east in the afternoon, and if anything it's southerly, so a bit disappointing. Just going around the outside of the tip. Here at Cape Bowling Green. And we'll duck around the corner into the anchorage there. Now this is interesting. I pulled my pusher lure in that I was using today, and when I looked around underneath it, oh, there's a big chunk out of it. So I'd say Mr. Mackerel's had a bit of a slush at that one. Bugger. No hook up though, anyway. So this is sunrise over Cape Bowling Green. A little bit of a sou'easter up now, so hopefully we'll get a nice sail up to Magnetic Island. Here's Kiko over here. Steve and Tim we had a couple of beers with last night. Nice guys, they're heading the same way, so I'll probably sail up with them. Yeah, not a bad night. A little bit joggly here. We sort of anchored around this side out of the easterly yesterday, but as it's gone a bit southeast, we've got a bit of wind against tide. It's just joggly, it's not really swelly at all, but not enough to bother moving. Okay, the race is on. Got Kiko up in front. Beneteau 473, giving away 10 feet to him. And he looks like he's got that big code 0 out, so we could be in a bit of trouble. Beam reaching, I think he's got us. But beautiful little sail. I don't know if you can see the instrument. We've got about 10 knots of breeze. They're sitting just under 6 knots, so that's pretty cool. Full main. Got our little jib up. Beautiful day today, so in about, hopefully in about 5.5 hours time, we'll be in Magnetic Island, Horseshoe Bay. Got our fishing lure out again. See how we go. What do you think, Precious?
Beautiful morning today.
It is a nice morning, isn't it?
Very nice.
Nice to have some breeze so we can sail after yesterday.
Looking forward to getting to Magnetic Island. Haven't been there before.
It's all new to us, isn't it? Everything's new from now on, so it's all good. How cool's that? Just spotted a bit of a slick in the water, and I thought that's a bit unusual, and that's the sort of thing that sometimes might be made by her, and then up pops a whale. Come on, come up again. No, I think he's gone down again. Oh, there's another one over there. Just over to the right a bit. Alrighty, so changing rig, same crew, no fishing line, but woo, got the assy up, having a bit of a crack. Pretty tight reach. We've only got about 6 or 7 knots of breeze at the moment, so Trying to hold our course here. We've got the Assy up, try and pressure up a little bit. Resist turning the motor on. It's kind of working. So we've got about 8 knots of breeze and doing 5.5s, sometimes 6s, so pretty cool. First time this trip. Nice. Sammy's got all excited, got a camera gear out ready. Our mates in Kiko were just getting a display from a baby whale right next to this wave rider boy here. So we're just keeping our eyes out and hoping he might put on a bit of a display for us as well. We could see him off in the distance jumping out of the water right next to him, so must have been pretty exciting for them. We'll keep an eye out. Hopefully he hasn't tuckered himself out. So, pretty sweet conditions out here today. Just got a little bit of a following swell here now. It's not a cloud in the sky out there. It's spectacular. We're just coming up towards Red Rock Point here. Got the Assy on today, asymmetric spinnaker. Just sitting up there nicely actually. Just a little curling luff like you like to see. Beautiful. It's been a light sail, but it's been beautiful though. So here's the wave rider boy. He was hanging around, the little whale. We haven't seen him yet though, but we're keeping an eye out. And up ahead is Magnetic Island. So it's starting to get a bit of colour now. It's always a good thing, rather than just a shadow. Still got the Assy up, just got to pull back a little bit there now. Just squaring up on us a little bit, but it's also dropping out a little bit. So hopefully it'll hang in till we get there. I just saw our mates on Kiko with a whale jumping alongside them. They must have had a hell of a trip up. We've had whales jumping all around them all the time, so we've had a couple pop up beside us, but nothing too exciting. Here's hoping though. They're dolphins. There's a big pot of dolphins though. Be the perfect conditions for them to come swim about. Come on. Come and join in. Yes, come on. Over you come. Come on. Come on. Oh. Just arriving at Magnetic Island. See Townsville off in the distance there. And this is the shore of Magnetic Island here. We're going to duck into what's called Radical Bay here. Our friends on Kiko suggested that might be a good spot for a swim. So we're going to duck in there, just where that yacht's coming out from, I think it is. Duck in there and then we'll go around into Horseshoe Bay a bit later on. Beautiful conditions out here now though. Unbelievable. I'm just coming around the corner towards Radical Bay. Little island of boulders here out the front of it. And you're just tucked in around the corner there somewhere. over near where, oh, I can see Kiko over there now. It's obviously a calm weather spot though. It's pretty exposed, but it's supposed to be a lovely little beach, which I can just see coming into view now. Samantha's up there, got that anchor ready to rock. This is Radical Bay. Looks pretty nice. Go on anchor over beside Kiko here in front. How nice is this spot? Look at this. This is Radical Bay on Magnetic Island. Very impressive spot. Beautiful long beach. There's the doghouse. And our friends Steve and Tim on Kiko. We sailed up with from Cape Bowling Green. Look at this, just beautiful. What a day. A fabulous sail up. So whales, dolphins. And now a chilling afternoon on the beach. And then we'll go around the corner. Just got to duck around this point just here into Horseshoe Bay. We'll anchor up there for a few days, I think. Just left Radical Bay. And this is Balding Bay, the next little beach next door to this. Quite a nice looking spot too. Got a beautiful little swim in there. So just got to duck around the point here into Horseshoe Bay now. Very interesting rock structure around this island. Big boulders. Very unusual. Yeah, it's a beautiful little part of the island there. I think probably relatively rare you can get to it. You've got to have some very calm conditions, I think, to be on this side. Radical Bay and Balding Bay. But fortunately today we got them. Beautiful conditions. So this is a bit of a milestone moment for the doghouse. First time we're going to get a look at the famous Horseshoe Bay on Magnetic Island. Just coming around here, it's called The Point. Very impressive. And any second now, we'll start to see that open up in front of us. Okay, so here's the anchorage at Horseshoe Bay, just starting to open up now. But there's going to be a few boats in there, as expected. That looks nice and calm in there, so that's good. Go and find a spot down in the bottom corner, I think. And hopefully a couple of sundowners with the guys on Kiko. Yeah, no shortage of boats in here, that's for sure. That looks very pleasant. Very nice. Swab them decks, you swarthy landlubber. Hey, good girl. Look at that. So here we are. Horseshoe Bay, anchored up. Got our mates right next door to us, just anchoring beside us. Very nice. How are we looking, Bowman?
Pretty ship shape.
Ship shape? Are we in hard?
In hard, ready for a beer.
Ready for a beer.
Drink any.
Yeah, that'll be the day I'll see you drinking a beer.
Got
That's,
champagne in the freezer.
that's usually time to go home if I see you drinking a beer. Just another North Queensland sunset.